And but Vijay is the head of our Aviation Interest Group, and he has been very busy. We had two events also for the Aviation Group just recently. He's based in Singapore, originally from Mauritius, and some of you may know him. He was with Etihad Airways in Abu Dhabi for several years. Welcome, Vijay. I think you need to unmute yourself. There we go.
Thank you very much, Jürgen, and congratulations to you and everybody on this call for having thought of this idea of bringing people who are interested and committed to travel and tourism together, even before we were in the thrust of that pandemic. The airline community obviously is reeling under COVID, and because it's so intertwined with tourism, both sectors are obviously hurting a lot. COVID-19 has literally clipped the wings of most airlines. And the tragedy, of course, is that airlines are known to, and tourism for that matter, to thrive on bringing people together. And the bringing people close together is exactly what COVID also needs to thrive. Hence this traction, which is hurting travel and tourism. Airlines lost 118.5 billion US dollars last year and have debts in excess of 651 billion US dollars. With these ongoing onerous commitments with aircraft leases, engine leases, its recurrent costs, it's inevitable that the airlines will continue to suffer for some time to come. More than 40 airlines have already collapsed since COVID-19, and IATA announced only last week that it estimates that the cash burn for 2021 to actually be around 95 billion US dollars. So it's going to be a long, hard challenge, and it's not being helped by the fact that you have another sort of challenge in the background, which is probably going to come more in the forefront as time passes, is the environmental challenge. And again, this is something which both the airline sector and the tourism sector need to spend more time thinking about it, because the world has woken up to a higher level of sensitivity to climate change. And I think whereas aviation was very much on the radar in terms of criticism, there's currently obviously a little window of opportunity, because with the basic collapse of the airline sector, the CO2 emissions from the airline sector has dropped significantly, for some CO2 by more than 60%. So I think that window, to me, must be used to actually try to work hard with all the stakeholders in terms how to make sure that when aviation comes back slowly but surely, it does not repeat the same mistakes of the past, and that it does improve its environmental footprint in a significant way. There's also a second challenge, which is, I think, to go back to Alain's very important point earlier, that there's no going back to where we were. I think, and that's why it's very important for us to now rethink, reimagine, reinvent the travel and tourism sector to fit the new normal. Because if we try to actually say, well, we just need to get our books off the shelves, dust them off, and then we'll just head back to where we were, that would never happen. If anything, it would only make things worse. We need to use the time now to rethink what is the kind of travel and tourism we want to see in a viable, sustainable way going forward. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Vijay, and thanks for leading our aviation group.